Welcome to the Banter and Bliss Podcast. My name is Jason. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Allie.
Hey, everyone.
And tonight we're going to go into some more Let's Get Deep questions.
Woo woo. Our favy.
Yeah. Today's been another day of technical mumbo-jumbo nonsense.
Will it ever end?
I don't think it will. I don't think it will, my dear.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah, I was trying to get the microphones... Well, the microphone receiver set up with my computer, and for some reason it doesn't like that. So it likes the MacBook, and we kept getting static and all that, and got a new webcam in case you can see the better quality. So got this hooked up. We're ready to go. We actually got the same webcam now.
We do. You finally upgraded and joined the dark side.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I wanted to get the other color, and then got scammed. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go into Let's Get Deep. I will pass the mic over to the Let's Get Deep hostess. And yeah.
Oh boy.
We've also got the blue cedar fig candle going.
Okay.
I'm like getting intoxicated from this.
And right.
Yeah. Let's do it.
First question, deep. Lose your sense of touch or your sense of smell? Why?
I remember us talking about this. Like, I remember you telling me.
What did I say?
I know yours is touch. If you had to, if the worst one, right? Oh wait, what was the question? If the worst one, or what you would
lose? Which one would you lose? Your sense of touch, or your sense of smell?
No, yours would be your smell because you. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm answering it backwards. Anyway.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't be able to feel like kisses, hugging, cuddling, holding, just touching. Like, that's important to me. I think, like, they even say like babies need to be like held to, I don't even know. It's just like developmental. Like, it's like you have to touch them.
Yeah. Well, you know the saying when people are like being all upset on the internet or whatever, they're like, oh, your parents must not have hugged you when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So,
and you still have your sense of taste, so it's like...
Yeah, it would be bad. I think probably touch would be worse out of those two.
Because then when you have sex, you don't feel it.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, shit, you're not going to feel any like orgasm or anything like that. And, or just
everything that like,
yeah.
You know, being affectionate and sexual entails, it's like you're not even going to feel any of that.
And this is smell, right?
Smell.
Yeah. See, I feel like smell isn't as bad as taste.
Yeah.
I feel like taste is more important.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, smell is important, but it's like...
Smell is the one I would lose out of all of them. Every time.
Yeah. I mean, our sense of smell is already pretty bad. We're not like dogs, you know? Yeah. So, I remember the question being like sight. I don't know if there's another one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's probably more.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same page then.
All right. This is another deep. And it's another would you rather. Be unable to use search engines or unable to use social media.
Social media. Throw that shit out. Social media sucks like that. Easy, bro. Though I've been using Twitter a fuck ton lately, especially in crypto Twitter.
I use Pinterest a lot, so that's really hard for me.
I don't want to consider... If we don't consider Pinterest, because I feel like you spend more time on other social media platforms. So I think
not really. I bounce between them. So it's like a couple minutes on one, then a couple minutes on the other, a couple minutes on there. But I'm like on Pinterest like the longest, like per session.
Okay, so well, now you don't need search engines. ChatGPT. We may do an episode on that. I was wanting to talk about that.
Just AI.
Well, there's a lot we talk about just AI, but I mean just ChatGPT. That shit is insane.
You're obsessed.
I am obsessed.
He's like crushing on this robot right now.
I'm kind of in love.
If you've ever seen the movie Her, this is him.
Wow. That feels insulting.
He's like, he helped me write my cover letter and my resume.
Yeah. Fucking rewrite it. It's so... I don't know. After that kind of came out and I was spending some time with it, it made me just think like how much I just love technology. And like
I mean,
it makes sense that I'm a
technology
STEM major and
should
all
be
that.
used to like help us.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then people are talking about all these fucking whatever Kardashian or whomever these people. And it's like, I don't care about any of these people. It's like this technology is sick. Like that is what it kind of like gets you going in a sense. I'm sitting there thinking like, shit, dude, so much can come about because of this. It's gonna be crazy.
Very true.
We answered the question, right?
Oh, search engines or social media.
Oh, I answered immediately.
If I had to pick, obviously, I feel like I would need search engines though. Well, I guess like there's like books because I want Pinterest. That's like the only like one I want to keep.
I feel like for a girl, you're pretty good with social media.
I'm very
spend time.
I'm moderate. I'm like not like obsessed with it, but I go on it. Like people message me on there, so I'll like go on there and make sure like if someone said something, I'll like respond back. But I'm not like like I don't even remember my last post was like
you don't
on
post
our trip
frequently, but but those are posts. You're on scrolling and all that kind
of
stuff.
I'll check it like everybody else, but I don't check like everything. I'll check for like a few minutes and then I'll get bored. And then I'll go to like Twitter and then check Twitter and then I'll get bored and then I'll check. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't get social media.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
I don't know if I answered the question. But
I'm already getting sick of LinkedIn. I get an account on
there. Oh my God. I never go on LinkedIn.
Every fucking person with their same bullshit post. It's like, dude, just get over it. Like everyone that gets laid off and they're like, I want to thank my employer for
company.
Yeah, for like laying. It's like, dude, stop fucking circle jerking. All right. If you like really think that, like, they don't give a fuck about you. And then if you realize they don't give a fuck about you and you're just fluffing them to fluff them, then you're fucking fake.
Like they don't care. Like they don't care if you fluff them or not.
Yeah, it's stupid, and it's like everyone thinks that they're just gonna get a fucking job for stroking them. It's like they freaking got rid of you. Like they're not gonna bring you back.
It's that whole California thing.
Kind of
like the phoniness.
It is. I feel like it's so phony. Like sometimes there are legit things, and like I'll read something and I feel bad or whatever. But it's
like everybody has to pretend they're like feeling okay and they're positive and they're willing to look forward. It's like no one. I don't know if people are praised for actually feeling what they feel.
Yeah, like I don't care about my company. Like they laid me off in end of November, but I don't like sit and think about them. If I were to think and talk about them, it's like, all right, yeah, fuck them. But it's like I don't care. It's just like whatever. They're literally like meaningless to me. They're just okay. It was a company I worked for. That's it. Like other companies in the past.
Yeah, and the whole like we're a family is such bullshit.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's under the table, freaking. Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Deep. We get deep a lot.
We do get deep.
Ha.
With our conversations.
Oh, is that what we're talking about? Okay.
Do you prefer home-cooked meals or restaurant food? I would say home-cooked.
I'm not against home-cooked meals, and we've been cooking a lot. Shit, I've been cooking a lot the last few fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Since
you're home more.
Yeah, since being laid off, I've been making the food, but I feel like I still have to go with.
And I think you only say that because of sushi and like crabs and stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's some food that you're not going to get at home. Like you're not going to make it. Like a crab, it's like I gotta fucking cook the crab, boil it in a pot, like, and then they're like live, and you gotta kill them. No. And then also, I mean, I'm not a fucking. I mean, I can make like fucking omelet and whatever, and like make some decent tasting food. But it's like I'm not a professional chef. Like I'm not gonna make it as good as a chef.
I mean, we make very general food. but it's always good. Like we make salmon and
Oh, yeah.
rice and the veggies.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But it's like, would I prefer that, or would I prefer some like similar version of a meal or something out? I mean, also when you're out, you don't have to fucking make it and spend the time and then do.
But
the
you're spending the money.
And, yeah, well, and time is money. That goes into a whole other fucking combo. That literally could be a whole fucking episode.
Yeah. No, I like when we cook together. I have more fun when we do that. And then it's like, then we get to like enjoy like what we did. But I also really enjoy going on like our date nights and getting treated. Like it's just
yeah.
fun.
I think I don't have an issue with eating in. Don't mind it at all. And I think eating out can be a pain in the ass. But I think if eating out is done the right way, like the right place, good company, the food's delicious, and the service is good, if all four of those things happen, like I feel like you can't, it's like hard to top that. Environment.
Sure.
Right? There are a lot of factors that can play in that will ruin going out.
Yeah.
Like that freaking, we went to like Yard House. We haven't been to Yard House in a while, but we used to go like weekly, a couple times a week, maybe sometimes, like really late. And it's just like, it's so fucking busy.
Yeah.
There's just so many people, we don't like that.
Or even when we went to Huntington Beach and there's like the loud women, there's the guy with the wrench, the girl with the dog. Like it's like, they're just disruptive.
Yeah. Don't beach cities
or yeah. And then if you have like an okay server, maybe like whatever, it's just, yeah.
Yeah. I think I think back to the times when I've been to nice restaurants and had nice service. And it's just nice, like you ever been to like a French restaurant?
Like once.
Oh my God. There was this place that I went to a couple times, and there was this fucking server. I love this dude. He was like, I don't know if he was actually French or he just had an accent or something. And he would be so respectful. He'd be like, "Oh, what can I get for you, sir?" And like, "Oh, do you mind if I take the menu?" And then like he comes to take over the place. He's like, "Allow me."
Aww.
And like, yeah, just like, dude, I will give you fucking like.
People don't talk like that.
I'll tip you 30%. Like, I don't give a shit. Like,
Americans don't talk like that.
No. Yeah, you could just tell it was like.
We are very like improper as a country. Don't you think?
Dude, we went to fucking Del Taco yesterday. Get food. Guy's like, "Can I help you? Or
Here you
what
go.
do you want? Anything else?"
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like, how'd you get hired? This customer service role.
Come to the window. Yeah, they tell you fucking prices, just like, okay,
Like,
the window.
okay.
It's like, I get it. You're young and you don't give a
try.
shit. And
jeez.
I mean, I can't. It's hard to say like you're young, you don't give a shit, because like even when I worked at fucking McDonald's,
I've always given a shit, no matter what age I am.
I always put effort into stuff. It's like, I don't know. The dude seemed like he was fucking high too, so I don't know. But
okay.
Yeah.
Next, what was your favorite trend?
Right now, it's ChatGPT.
Is that a trend?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much a fucking trend at this point. AI blowing up, dog.
Define trend. I thought that was just like fashion.
That's a fashion trend.
A general direction in which something is developing or changing.
ChatGPT, prime example of what's happening in the AI space now. No surprise you think of fashion trend.
Well, that's like really where I hear
You're
it.
such a girl.
I think my favorite though has nothing to do with fashion, but more so like sort of the green awareness, where it's like, oh, now people are making glass straws, so you don't have to like be more wasteful, or
Oh, you mean like environmental?
Yeah, environmental awareness, I guess.
What was this? Your favorite?
What was your favorite trend?
I don't know. Fucking Pokemon, maybe? Pokemon was kind of cool. And I'm talking about like not now where it's like friggin' Pokemon whatever on their phone and they're walking around and into the middle of the street.
Trend.
I remember when that was happening. There were fucking people at my work that were
Pokemon Go.
they were literally holding their phone and walking around like cubicles and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
That like brought together everybody, that game.
Yeah. But I'm thinking of like the old school OG Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red.
My favorite trend is actually now the like slow living trend. Like not like the hustle and bustle, like grinding life.
That does seem, I saw something the other day that said something about like, I think it was on Twitter. It was like, oh, the something millennials wanting the fuck, what did they call it? Basically like what you want sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was like that. And I was just like,
I kind of think it's because we tried so hard to do like everything correctly, like go to school and, the entry level job, work our way up, do what our parents did, and then not getting what we were promised.
Crypto.
So yeah,
if you know, you know.
I like the slow living thing. When I learned about that, I was like, that's actually more me than the, city life, kind of the always going overtime. Like, no, it's not for me.
I don't know. I've never really liked cities. The thought of being like rural, and I think I'm still the same with it. I don't like the idea of like when we went to Wyoming, right? Like Jackson was really really nice, but when we were on the way to getting to Jackson, that was fucking rural where there's like you're the only house and there's like no stores anywhere and everything is just so like, and it's like that's too rural for me. Like,
yeah, that's like a certain kind of person that wants to live like that.
Yeah, like
that's neither of us.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to be in a busy city, but yeah, it's interesting to see because I know you mentioned that, but I've never heard people talk like that, and now I think I'm starting to hear more of it, which is ironic because then it's like fast forward 20 30 years and then like everyone's going to be wanting to do that and you can't have everyone doing that.
Well, maybe if everyone spreads out, then it's like
maybe there is a lot of land.
Like, oh my gosh, everyone just needs to spread out. Like California is way too congested with people. It's ridiculous. But whatever.
Yeah.
Next. Deeper.
Finally.
Who has had the biggest impact on your career and why? Me. Me on my own career.
You on your own career?
Mm-hmm. It's not like I had like a mentor or anything. It's just like I just did everything myself.
Well, until last year.
Till last year?
Yeah.
What happened last year?
I think I've had a pretty big impact on you. On your stuff and what you want to do. Where you want to go.
I would say, yeah, within the last year.
Since we've been together.
It's been you for sure.
Since we've been together. I don't know. There are a number of people that have helped me along the way. I feel like the biggest mentor or help in a sense is the same thing has been me. I think ultimately over time I've realized like no one's going to help you. Some people will intermittently help with things along the way.
You're your biggest advocate.
Yeah, you have to do it. And I've realized that like there are times where I've tried to rely on people and you just can't because it's like people will just disappoint you or they won't be able to help you or
they're obviously not going to care as much as you either.
Yeah, I mean, I have had periods of time where there were people that like, if I was like really, really down, or like feeling depressed or something like that, and they were like there to like talk to and stuff, and that was helpful. But like, if we're talking career stuff, it's always been pretty much myself as a driving motivator.
Yeah.
But learning things here and there have been, I picked up along the way.
Yeah,
I
of
had a
course.
couple of like mentors over the last 10 years, but it's funny because a lot of the things that like I had learned, like either don't use now or yeah.
I feel like now it's just like each other. I think it's mostly going to be your partner. Like same with like husbands and wives and, you know.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, this is going to be a funny one.
Is it?
This is a deep.
A deep?
What's one piece of clothing I own that you can't stand and why?
Oh, Lord. Yeah, she's got a bunch of shit from.
I would say for you, it's not my clothing, but something we
You're
sleep
answering
on.
for me?
Yeah. Something we sleep on.
She's got these fucking pillows that are ripped. I'm talking ripped. The pillow is like, let's say the pillow is this big. This portion on the top is like completely cut open and it's got all this like fluffy shit in it. It's like falling out. It's like on the floor.
Oh, but they're so poofy.
They're done, babe. They're done. We get something else. Like they're ripped.
Then we get something else.
They literally look like you take like a knife and you. Like,
I am open to getting new pillows, but until we get the new pillows, we're using those pillows.
I don't even use a fucking pillow.
Are you?
It literally sits there.
Is that the answer you would pick?
No, that was your answer.
That's what I thought you would pick.
No,
but it says clothing, so.
Clothing. I was gonna say your freaking oldest shit that you had from
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's so like I don't like clothing that has like logos plastered all over it and brands. It's so because it's free advertising, right? Which is really what it is. They don't give a shit to like give you stuff. It's like, oh, here you go advertise for us, and you don't know it, right?
That's what I got a lot of that stuff for free.
Right, it costs them nothing. It doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't cost me nothing to wear it and
no, it's just
receive it.
Well, it's one thing to have like one item, but you've got like
it was 4 years.
Yeah, well, it's a lot. Or like the freaking the pants that you had that were like the yoga, same thing.
I love those
same
pants.
thing, just like the freaking pillows.
It's got
they
a
had
very
like rips in the
baby
knees
rip.
and
Okay,
shit.
it's tiny.
The color's worn off. They're black, and on the knees it's basically white. Yeah, that's how worn out they are.
It's like a gray. I mean, those are my training jeans or leggings.
You can just get new ones. See, this shirt is several years old, but there's a reason why I still keep it. This was I got when I completed this obstacle course. So it has like a special, it's not just like.
Okay, but I can say that with my jiu-jitsu stuff.
No. Because
that stuff has been with me.
This is one shirt from doing a really
but
difficult
that's 4 years of hard work.
That's not what that is.
Yeah.
I got this because I succeeded at completing the obstacle course.
And I succeeded at doing something consistently for 4 years.
No.
And it's not an easy thing.
Yours was you just worked there and they gave you free shit.
I worked there for 2 years, not 4.
Well, that's when you got all the clothes.
No.
When did they give you the other clothes?
They would give me stuff because they would do like photo shoots and they needed me to try on things.
Okay, so you didn't get it from the actual jiu-jitsu. It was for other stuff.
It was circumstantial.
Yeah, so you're taking that and you're like melding it together. But you're like,
still,
it's not all the same
I
thing.
still got free stuff. I didn't have to pay for it. The only thing I had to pay for were my like a couple of my gis.
Yeah. Anyway, that would be my answer. I would say.
Clothing for you. Trying to think of everything you own. You don't wear anything that annoys me or like can't stand. I have no idea. You just have.
It could be nothing.
You literally just have t-shirts
I got my t-shirts, I got my dress shirts, I got my shorts, my jackets. I mean, she likes my clothing.
You literally have nothing that
you don't like.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, I didn't mention any of the clothing you have. I just had the miscellaneous freaking jujitsu shit all over it. The only one out of that I actually like is your the like, is it like the chest pieces or whatever? The chest pieces that are colored with the belts.
Oh, my gray shirt.
Yeah, that one's cute.
I got that was online, like just like a Etsy store or something.
Yeah, that was cute.
But see, I love that black jacket. Like that's my favorite.
The one that you wear all the time?
Yeah. I love that one. Like I like the way it feels on me. But I also like that shirt too.
Yeah.
All right. What's something that grosses you out and why? Deep. Vomit is a big one for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like vomit either. I'm not like you with the
phobia.
Like the paranoia about it and stuff.
It's just gross.
But yeah, no, I've smelled it and it's no.
It's like the worst smell out of like pee, poop, blood, vomit.
Yeah, they're all pretty bad, but it's almost like vomit's like a combination of
because it's like your food and like stomach acid. It's like disgusting.
It's because of the stomach acid.
Well, yeah, that's a big one for me. Spitting.
Smell?
No, just it grosses me out when like people do it.
I remember forgetting what the question was. Grosses, yeah.
Like when people are they're like hawking it up, and it's just like. Ugh.
I do that time to time.
Yeah, you do.
I do it when we go to the shower. Well, it's in the morning, waking up, you're all like congested. Try to get it out.
Yeah.
You seem to handle it fine.
Because I love you. I suffer through it for the 1 second that you do it and whatever. And I know you have mucus. Like, that's why you're doing it. So I'm like, whatever. There's just some people that do it just to do it.
Well, it's good. It's kind of like good exposure for you. You do it enough and then you're just like used to it.
That doesn't happen though. Like I've heard people spitting throughout my whole life and it just doesn't get better.
You got to watch me when I do it.
No.
Hey, exposure therapy. God, that's how it works.
Gross.
Exposure therapy. The psychologist watching this video will back me up on that.
I already have to listen to it. And I've been listening to it, almost 2 years now. So.
Me making that noise? I haven't been doing that.
Yeah, you do it every time we shower.
I think I've done it more recently. No. I don't. Well, I'm doing it more recently, I think, but. Yeah, usually do it once in the shower.
So what's something that grosses you out?
I'll go with the vomiting.
Really?
I mean, there's nothing else that immediately pops into my head. Yeah.
You know what also grosses me out is when people like sneeze. You can smell the sneeze.
You can smell the sneeze?
Yeah, it's like
no.
They like sneeze and then you can like smell it because they like don't cover their mouth and you're just like, ugh.
I don't think I ever smell it.
Oh my God, it's disgusting.
When you get hit by it, you get like the fucking, it's like the little spray bottle.
No, there's like a smell. Like me and Cougs, the guy, my friend on Twitter, he and I had this conversation at work one time. He's like, oh my God, I hate, or was it Cougs? I don't remember. It was someone from work and we both talked about this smell of a sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else like knows that smell, but it's just like a smell. It's like, ugh. I don't know. I would also say that.
I mean, people like just being like sick. Like I like to avoid that, but I don't know if that's grosses me out. That's not gross. Is not the term I would use. Gross is like, ugh, like gross is like
it makes you like cringe or something.
Yeah. Sick people is just like, oh, all right.
I don't like sneezes. Yeah. Sneezes and
Oh
vomit.
God, you remember when we were at freaking the Zach Bagans thing? When we went to the museum?
I remember the
You
museum.
don't remember the girl? Oh my God, there was this fucking girl, and she kept coughing.
Oh, yeah.
She kept coughing, and like fucking Allie would go in, and she would always come like kind of near you, and you were just like, all right, I'm just gonna stand here, and I would be like, let's go to the opposite side of the room.
Oh my God, I was tuning her out, I think, and then when you finally said something, I was like, oh, you're right, she is coughing a lot. Yeah. And then I was aware of it, but I think I just zoned her out.
No. Yeah, I was like, God, she keeps coughing. You're like, what? Who's coughing? Yeah. I'm like, you're going right there.
Yeah. No, you're right. No, she was like,
and it wasn't like a dry cough where it's like, all right, maybe they were sick and it's kind of, mostly gone away. It sounded like she was still sick, and I'm like, get the fuck away, and she's like, she doesn't have a mask, and she's like coughing.
Yeah,
I don't even know if she coughed into her hand or whatever. Yeah, it's just, it's like, stay on the other side of the room, please.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you going somewhere public?
Yeah, and we were on our trip too, So I'm just like, shit, man, we're gonna get. I always get worried about that. I don't want to get sick.
Yeah, that was day 1 of an 18-day.
It was, and for some reason, I always get sick.
Yeah,
like usually it's right before a trip happens, or
this time it was more me, with like the fucking.
Did you get sick?
Well, I got like the nauseous from going up the mountain.
Yeah. There's always something.
I didn't actually get sick, thank God. But oh my gosh, that was horrific.
Yeah, you were.
That was bad.
You were not having it.
Yeah. Okay. Deeper. What were you like in high school?
Very different.
Did you have a clique that you were a part of?
Yeah. I mean, probably not like your level of clique, because I didn't like do the things that like you and like your friends kind of did and stuff in high. Like, I don't think. I was more like just socially awkward. Well, I don't want to say I wasn't socially awkward. I just had social anxiety.
I'm curious how you would have been if I was like in your class and
I wouldn't have talked to you.
But I would have talked to you.
No, you would not.
If you sat next to me, I would have talked to you.
If I sat next to you, I wouldn't sit next to you.
Yeah, but if you had an assigned seat next to me, we had to sit next to each other.
I would not even make eye contact with you.
What if I talked to you though? You wouldn't talk to me?
I wouldn't think you would. No, I would. I would have like massive anxiety, but yeah.
So like, what is your mindset in that time period? If I were to talk to you and be like, "Hey, how's your day?" Would you just be like, "Good"? Like,
no, I would. Well, if it was just something like that, I probably would talk, but I would feel like a lot of anxiety, and then depending, I'm like, oh my God, like, she's cute, or something like that, or like, oh God, I don't know, and then I start thinking, I'm still like very like I was then, where I'm like overanalyzing the situations, like, okay, well, like, why is she talking to me? Is she talking blah blah blah, or like, and then immediately I'll be like, oh, is she like, she have a boyfriend, or like, stuff like that, or be like, oh wow, like, should ask her out or something like that, and then I wouldn't know what to do or what to say or when to do it or the timing. Like, it would just be a lot of anxiety. Pretty much.
I was really easy to talk to in school. Like, I think for people, like if someone sat next to me, I always like made friends with them.
No, it was not easy. Like the only people, the only girls that like would be easy to talk to would be just like girls that I was not remotely attracted to. There were, I mean, well, we're talking high school, right?
High school.
I'm thinking like younger too. High school, I would talk, but it's like, like I don't really like date and stuff like that.
I didn't date in high school. But I also didn't find anybody that I wanted to date.
Yeah, but I knew people that like were in, you know, either relationships or you just hear about them doing things and you're like, oh my God, like, yeah. And that would just give more anxiety because then it's like, oh man, like they're all doing this and I should be doing this and I'm not and blah, blah, you know, and you're just like,
I mean, I was like 17 when I had my first kiss. So I was like right along there with you. Just like hearing about everybody else's.
Funny enough. Yeah. I mean, beyond that, it was some similarities, right? Whereas like I was still like, you know, I like science and well, I mean, I feel like I've developed the science thing more over time, but I always liked science and like technology. Um, but I didn't enjoy school for many reasons. Um, yeah, and then you know played WoW. That was like most of my high school was like a lot of playing WoW. That's
So it was like you just
two-time gladiator, no big deal.
you just go to school, go home, play WoW,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Did you have like a group of friends that you would like go over their houses or anything?
I had friends. I don't think like you, where it's like with you know your Disney and you got like a group of like 8 friends that are all like not like that. I would have. I never was like that. I always had very very small groups of of friends. It would be like me and 2 or 3 people, and different groups. I would have different groups of friends. Like there was like high school, there was like one guy. Well, the years they differed too. So like high school, like when I graduated, there was like one or 2 guys that I would generally be friend. I was friends with for a while who like we played WoW and stuff like that. It was like one in particular for a while, and then but like in ninth grade, like my best friend who was in ninth grade, we were not friends in 12th grade. And then I had like other like really close friends when I was in middle school. My like best friend at the time, we were not friends in high school. So
Yeah, I mean, I think each grade in high school was different.
yeah,
I hung out with different people each year.
yeah. I would say I never had like it was never a larger group than like so I had like one good friend, right? Who like we were like best friends and we would hang out and then we would go hang out at someone else's place and we like played basketball and it was like him and like his brother. And so we would see him a lot, but it's like I wouldn't necessarily hang out with them. But yeah, usually it wouldn't be more than like 2 or 3. But I fucking hated hanging out in groups of 3.
Yeah, no, that's awkward.
Yeah, I don't like the odd numbers because it would always be like
although
two,
me,
two
Anna, and
against
Danielle
one.
worked somehow.
Yeah,
3 of
maybe
us.
because you're girls, but guys and we
And we're all just very friendly.
you know what we used to do? This was back during like the wrestling days. So we used to do a lot of like wrestling, like WWE stuff. Yeah, we used to always do that shit. We'd fuck around with each other, then you know, and then just like I remember one time it was me and another guy were over at this dude's place, and we were like on his bed, like standing on the bed, and like WWE wrestling, and like we would go until like the other person like taps out or something like that. It is, I don't know. That was just what you did then, I guess. Back in the 90s.
Nobody did that.
Fucking we did, dude. We would have wrestling brawls in the school, like in the front.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was a very different person throughout the 4 years. Like 15 and 16, I was like, I didn't curse. Like I was very new. I was just coming out of like a Christian private school. I was very sheltered.
Bible Thunder.
James kind of took me under his wing and like taught me things, bad words. He would try to get me to curse. Then Danielle like she started smoking, and I'm like learning about things. And then 17 and 18, that's also when I feel like I stood up for myself a little bit more. Like in the first half, I was very like passive. I sort of let people like speak over me, or I didn't just stick up for myself or defend my positions on things. I would just let them think they won, or just let them win like, I don't know. And then I remember 17, 18, I had this like confidence that I didn't have in those earlier years. I don't know where it came from. I think it clicked one day. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I letting them talk to me like that? Like, no, that's not okay. And then it was just like, I think it was just maturity, growing older, like understanding, and so I wanted to just make sure I had that, and it just clicked one day for me, and I was like, no more. I was like, if someone spoke to me, I'd be like, no, that's not true. But I remember in the earlier days, I would just like let people speak to me in certain ways, and it made me feel bad. But I was friends with everybody. I was friends with like the nerds, some jocks, like everybody. Like I spoke to like literally everybody who sat next to me. The popular kids I didn't really like. I actually actively avoided them. I thought they were very just ugh.
Yeah, they always are.
It was just like, dude, you think you're so cool and you're just not.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
reminded me of college.
College was a little bit better because I just felt like I was in and now. Like my class, I was like, I'm not making friends with anybody. I don't care about any of you. I'm just here to do my thing, and then I'm gone.
Yeah, college was much better than.
Everyone just pays attention to themselves. Like they're just, it's not so cliquey,
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I probably had more cliques in college than high school, but that was probably only because I was way more social.
Frats.
Oh my god.
Frats, bruh.
Yeah, I gave one a try once. That was, yeah, I was like, oh man, I can't stand these things, blah, blah, blah.
I was never interested in a sorority. Well,
there was a guy that was in, because I went for bio. So in one of my bio classes, there was a guy in there who he was part of a frat, but this was a guy that like, like my friend Max, he was like him, but he was like even nicer, kind of like very, very just like nice and like friendly and is like friends with everyone. And he like doesn't seem like an asshole kind of thing. I don't even remember his name, but
you're like, oh, maybe I could.
No, like, yeah, because he would be like, oh, it's different. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, nah, it's not different. Like, they're all the same shit. But he was different. He wasn't a typical like frat guy. So I was like, all right, maybe this one is, I don't know, fuck it. Then I was like, yeah, I knew they do stuff with sororities and whatnot. So, whatever. And so like we went to this, like, it was like a night gathering. They did those freaking, what was that, like, not jump house, but like,
not hazing, right?
no, hazing, no, not a term, that place you go to, that freaking thing where you can bounce around in
like Sky Zone or something.
Yeah, whatever that thing is, like that,
the trampoline.
So, yeah, it's like a place where you go and you can do like activities and shit. So like they went there, it was Rush Week. So it's like the first week.
That was what I was trying to think of. Rush Week.
Yeah, it's like the first week in the beginning, like, of the semester, or the first 2 weeks or whatever, where they were trying to, recruit people or whatever. And I went to like one of those, and like, oh yeah, we like you, you should join. And like I did it for like 2 weeks, and then they're like, oh yeah, so you got to pay like $900 per
there
semester.
It is.
Yeah, and
they
wanted me to memorize some stupid fucking pledge and shit. I'm like, dude. Like, you guys said you wouldn't charge me this shit. Unlike you guys, I'm not a business major. They're all fucking business majors. They freaking work, they'll
and there's
do classes.
The core of you not liking business majors.
Honestly, it played a role, probably, yeah. Yeah, they do classes 3 times a week, and then they're busy freaking partying and like bullshitting the rest of the week because they're majoring hard. But me with the other fucking science nerds, we're busy freaking studying in the library on Saturday. So we ain't got time for that shit.
Damn. Okay.
Throwing heat.
Rivalry.
Yeah, it is. It's a real thing. Ask your local bio major.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you ever collect anything? What and why? Deep. I collected keychains and kind of still do. I everywhere I go, I get a keychain, and I like it because it's small, so it's not like I have these big things and it's taking up a lot of space. Like I think they're all in a box somewhere at my dad's, but he can't find them, so I'm hoping he didn't throw them out.
Yeah.
I have literally keychains from like I think Turkey. Like my friend went to Turkey and brought me a keychain, so I have like keychains from like my past, my skating competitions where we traveled.
Well, I mean, yeah, since we've been together, you've already gotten like 3 or 4 different ones
Yeah.
from places we went to. I mean, I collected Pokemon cards when I was younger.
I did that a little bit as well in Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, there was a period of time where like I wanted to collect like coins. Like I had like quarters that would like had colors on them or whatever. They're like painted. Look really cool. I still have them. I'll show you. Yeah, I would say Pokemon cards for sure.
All right. All right. This one's a deeper. What is one work-related goal you hope to accomplish this year? New Year's resolution?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Not working a day job right now. So if there's anything for like work in particular, I mean, I've got my trading goal, you know. Yeah, I want to do 50K this year. That would be cool. If I was able to do that, then realistically, I can just do it full time. So did pretty good in January so far. I'm still in actually position right now that I think is up. Yeah, I would say that probably is like the biggest thing in my head right now of like what I'm trying to accomplish.
I think we covered our goals nicely for our New Year's resolutions this year because mine is the same. Where obviously I want to go on these creative endeavors, and that would be cool if that was my full-time income. So yeah, publishing maybe more puzzle books for kids. I could probably do some more of that, but then also completing my novel this year.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta every opportunity you have to write.
It's not that easy.
I'm saying every opportunity you have. I'm not saying every waking second. I'm saying every opportunity. So like if you're feeling the vibe, like you talked about, you're like, oh, I want, my goal is like a chapter and a half a month.
Yeah.
If you get that shit done, you still got 2 weeks to go, and you're fucking vibing on it. Just keep writing.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. Because there may be a time where there's a month, and you're like, I don't know what to do, and hopefully, ChatGPT will help you out. But my homie. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's like proactively thinking about when that'll be the case, right? There's something they always say, like you want to, like it's easy to like be optimistic and be like happy and like forward thinking and stuff like that when you're feeling good, right? Like it's easy to do that, but you need to be able to do that when the times are bad.
They say that's the difference between being being a published author and a non-published author. Is the published ones stuck through the days they didn't want to write.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I've said that a couple times to you when you're like, I don't want to write. It's like sometimes you just gotta force yourself, and you can do things that maybe will help. Like you said, maybe you look at Pinterest or
Yeah.
ChatGPT or
My
something
algorithm
like that.
changed on Pinterest, so I don't really see many author things anymore. So I gotta start fixing that.
Well, we talked too, right? Because like we had that conversation where a lazy dog, and then ended up giving you the idea for how your book ends, right?
Yeah.
So, and that it just kind of like came about. So, it's like,
Yeah, because I mean, I knew I wanted to have a battle, right? But then it's like, how does it end after the battle? And what happens?
right.
And so when you were like, oh, I love things that catch me off guard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say.
Against what?
I know the rules. Okay. You're like,
already throwing out spoilers.
You're like, I don't like cliches and stuff. And so I was like, oh, I like that. Then I started thinking of something, and then it totally made my brain go in a different direction than what I'm used to.
Well, I keep thinking we're talking about that, or maybe it's something else that I'm thinking of. I always think about that thing I told you
about the video game.
Yeah, but that's not the ending.
That is not.
That's one part.
That was an example. That was an example you used.
Oh, did you not end up incorporating that, or you're not going to?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So there was the land name, that, and then the ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twist. No, and that's a good. I like that because I wouldn't want you to just copy something. That's like whatever. Because that's not copying. That's just the direction, right? It's like everyone's gonna go this way. You should go that way. Exactly. That way is so much better.
Exactly.
Whatever that way is,
100%.
Yeah.
I like that too.
So, yeah, it's also good because it sets up for number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Last question.
We had the 52-minute mark. See if we can keep this under an hour.
It's a quick one, but I found it very relevant.
Okay.
What's something that always makes you laugh? Now, I'm gonna choose for me, which
what we just talked about.
Lately, it's been a thing called spoonerisms.
Oh my god.
And yeah, so that is my answer, because every time I go through the spoonerisms your dad have said, I document them all. And every time I go back on my phone and add a new one and I see all the old ones, I bust up laughing. Like today I was crying at like the last one he said. So if you don't know what a spoonerism is, it's when you like switch letters around in like a phrase, and
you say like parts of the word backwards, or I don't know if the combining counts as a spoonerism too. It's all part of the same thing. It's basically like a distortion of the speech.
Yes.
So I think it's just like, in general, like
Sandy Amberg was one of mine.
Yeah.
Wen and Memin. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. No, they're good. Yeah, we were just busting up on
Bapin.
On the new one. Oh my god, yeah, that was one I said the other day.
Bacon and maple syrup.
Yeah. I think it was. Was I trying to tell you to add it to the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, we need to add like bacon and then maple syrup, and I just
said bacon.
I said bacon. Yeah, no, they're pretty good. I'm like,
they always make me laugh though. So I would say spoonerisms.
Yeah, we were doing the testing before, and I called this a plot class.
There was an outtake before we started filming this. He's like, well, welcome to the Banter and Bliss Podcast. Oh, it was perfect.
Your freaking video just like spazzed out before. It looked like it froze, so hopefully it didn't.
Hopefully not.
We'll find out.
What's the thing that makes you laugh? A show.
Honestly, sometimes I make myself laugh
when
with
people
some of the shit that I say.
Twitter. Memes make you laugh.
Yeah, memes fucking crack me up. I don't really use Pinterest. I ended up making it because we were on a trip and I was trying to find an image, and the image was on Pinterest, and I couldn't fucking save it, and it like told me I needed to log in. I was like, fuck it. It gave me the option to log in with Google. I was like, all right, got it. And I was like, okay. So now I have it and I check it. I don't check it that frequently, once every couple days maybe. But those fucking not only the fucking memes, the Kermit memes. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
The Kermit memes are so good. Yeah, that kind of humor cracks me up. Just like the deadpan, like the serious, freaking the dark humor, the sarcasm, all that shit's funny. I think crypto Twitter is hilarious. Like some shit people say is just so funny. I think memes are really the big thing. Like Wojak memes, fucking Peppy memes. You know that's politicized?
Yeah.
I don't understand what's wrong with people. It's a fucking frog. And they're like, oh, it's like the alt-right, the fascists or something, and it means, bro, it's like, dude, it's a frog. You can interpret whatever you want to interpret other things. Maybe people that are that use it to mean something. It's a fucking frog. That's it. That's how every meme is. They don't mean anything beyond the words on the screen and the facial expression. So, I don't know. I think people make a bigger deal out of...
People just want to be like constantly outraged for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta check out. There's another meme on that, but it's so fucking true. It's the men meme that I told you about. The one where it's like hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. And it's like it's kind of like a meme.
So we're in strong times create weak men.
What?
Or, wait, we're in weak men
right now? Yeah, right now we're in weak men create hard times.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. And then those hard times create strong men, because then you need strong men to get you out of the hard times, and then it comes back, and so it's a loop. It's a feedback cycle. But it uses the example of like the Roman Empire and like the collapse and all that. I think it's very like poignant. It's
true.
It's so damn true. It's like people just want to be upset and complain about like things that actually aren't issues for no reason, just because they got nothing else to complain about, I guess. I don't know. All right. I am freaking starving. So
me too.
Need to make some food. We're about 58 minutes, so we can go ahead and call it there. Get it under that 1 hour mark.
Yes.
Love this game. So good. We're going to keep doing more of this. But we want to be able to get some episodes out to you guys. We have been a little bit slower in recording, but we're still trying to do, like we said, at least like, at least 2 a week would be optimal. We're pumping out a couple in the beginning, but we've been busy. Allie's been working a lot, and I've got like a bunch of other shit going on outside of this. I'm also starting to stream.
Yeah, check out his stream.
Yeah, we'll get that.
I'll link it.
We'll link it up.
Yeah, we'll link it in the description. Check out our Twitter. It'll be right there wherever it is.
Banter and Bliss.
Banter and Bliss Podcast.
Yeah,
said by yours truly.
Watch our podcast, where I say more spinnerisms and other shit that doesn't make any sense. Please give us a like if you like the video, and sub for more. And we will be back in the next one. But thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
Bye.